it's it depends what your makeup is, I suppose.
Yeah.
But, myself, no, I don't work.
Fair enough. Yeah.
What I find is that particularly with the traditional Irish sessions, is that I play a session. Because you drink all the time you play a session.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like and I think, okay, I finish playing. I have a fag now. So I have a fag. And he said, "Oh, sing some more songs." And then you end up singing it after you smoked, which is not a good idea. That really kills it. The top end, your range goes and everything.
Yeah.
As you push it more, it makes it worse, kind of thing. You know. Anyway.
There aren't many questions anyway. I managed to write down like 12.
Okay.
Where did the name Neck come from? Who decided with it?
Basically, what happened was Neck was born in a bottle. It was myself. I was in the Popes with Shane MacGowan. Came back from that, and I wanted to, you know, continue doing that, but take it like a stage further, kind of thing. We played Psycho Katie, which is a Shane MacGowan invention, and I was brought in to be the psycho part of that, to play punk guitar underneath the Irish music.
Yeah.
And I really liked the idea of that. And I was playing in sort of punk indie sort of bands before that, and this guy from Waterford, Gavin, he was a bass player, and I was quite friendly with him. He had a mate called Pete Doherty, of all things, he's based in Strabane in County Tyrone, and one of my best mates had a flatmate called Helen McGrath, who at that time was just this complete dope head. I didn't even realise her name was McGrath, and she was from Irish background at all, and she played the fiddle. And just somehow I found that out. And when I came back from being in Ireland with Shane, it's like my tour of duty, as I refer to it, in the Popes. And I was in Ireland for quite a while. I came back and everything, and I started playing in traditional Irish sessions then. And there was a couple of brothers I was playing with, whose parents are from Cork or from Kerry.
Yeah.
And they played the whistle and the accordion. And, you know, sort of like, you know, over a space of time, the idea got hatched to like put a band together, mainly to kind of like get a free drink and meet biddies, really. And we didn't, you know, we went through the whole thing of getting a name, you know, and we couldn't agree on fucking names. And like, this is actually true. We were up all night at one point, literally sat all night trying to come up with a name for the band, and we had all the Irish names, obviously, all the Gaelic names. Of course, the thing with that problem is that English people can't pronounce them. Yeah. So that doesn't work. And at one point we were called the Crack Dealers, as in CRAIC, and that doesn't work on the phone. No. Particularly when you're playing at, they said, so I went this one uni, and what's the name of your band? Crack Dealers. So whereabouts are you playing at the moment? Oh, there's a place in King's Cross called the Crack House. So scrub that. And so we didn't have a name, we were blagging everything really. One of our first gigs, I think it's down in Brixton somewhere, and then it was a fly from Galway, around the pub and everything, you know. We went down there, and we were just blagging everything really. Yeah. We didn't have much gear at all, you know. We had like a fiddle and a whistle, and had a guitar obviously, you know, but not much else really. And one of the lads booked it right, and everyone was fucking blagging everything. That's how we got together, kind of thing. Yeah. And it was all sort of hatched in, you know, like late night lock-in and drinking, sucking sessions. Like, let's get a band together. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, biddies. Yeah, drink. Yeah. And I mean, that was it. Nothing more than that. You know. And my job was the songs really, like kind of malarkey. Yeah. And we had And Gavin was a bass player, didn't want to play bass, he wanted to play guitar. And his mate Pete couldn't play anything, but he was playing bass. That kind of logic, So anyway, we got this fucking pub anyway, and we turn up, and we've got heel or fuck all basically. E-man's there. Well, we're lads. What's got no? What's going on? And Gavin's going. Well, we thought you were getting everything in for a story. No fucking amplifiers here. We don't need fucking. It's your fucking job. You're a promoter. Blah 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 blah. He goes, what the fuck you're on about? That's your fucking band. What's the what's it? This sort of thing going on. Blah blah blah. And one of the lads was really pissed, right? And the idea of the biddies was really appealing to him. And we've been on the lash all day drinking, so we're a bit leery anyway, and a bit kind of like gobshitey. And your man, the idea of he didn't drink already, but the idea of the biddies was a bit kind of like prevalent in his mind, to the point whereby, to use an art expression, he actually had a bugle in anticipation. Do you know what a bugle is?
Yeah.
And so anyway. And you man, the name of fucking God, what the fuck? Fucking turn up, you got some fucking neck on you as you fucking have. You turn up here with no fucking gear, nothing but a fucking bugle and fucking attitude, for fuck's sake, fucking neck like fucking jockey's bollocks. And that was it, that's the name! And then like a jockey's bollocks. And he did have gear out the back, which he begrudgingly let us use. We got the gig done. Fucking great, loved us, booked us again, blah blah. Because fucking you, bunch of fucking concert. But yeah, it was grand, it was. But yeah, that's where the name comes from. And obviously, we'd like to make a few points as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically just a bunch of fucking blaggers, really. That's where it comes from.
The next one, how does it feel like to be in a well-known band across the US, the UK, Ireland?
Amazing. Word. It's not something that you kind of take lightly. The difference between what I do and probably normal rock bands is that it's a different thing for me.
Yeah.
I've got my grandfather's voice. My Aunt Liz, she saw me playing Redditch as it goes. She lived in... No, it wasn't Redditch, it was Kidderminster. Oh. She lived in Redditch and she came to Kidderminster to watch me play.
Oh yeah.
And she could see my mum alive in me, that's one thing. And also, she when she was dying of cancer at one point, and I wrote a song about her grandfather as well.
Oh, cool.
And called His Blood in Your Eye, which is the title track of our first album.
Yeah.
And when she was dying, I kind of sent her a copy of that song on a tape. And she said she could hear her daddy's voice in my voice.
Yeah.
My granddad, he was a stereotypical paddy. He was 6'4", red hair, built like a fucking brick shithouse. He was a sergeant in the Garda Síochána, the Irish police force, a civic guard, and he fought in the Anglo-Irish War under Michael Collins. He fought the Black and Tans.
Yeah.
For the freedom of Ireland, which I'm very proud about. And it's to do with, and I was very lucky. I knew him. I knew him when I was a kid. Fucking huge fucker. He was always hungover. And me and my brother used to fight like fucking idiots in fucking Birmingham. We used to go fucking nuts. They lived in a slum.
Yeah.
In Digbeth.
Oh yeah.
A real proper fucking slum. Proper slum.
It's definitely something.
And it was like there's no toilets inside. You walk inside the front room and you walk inside the front door rather than you're in the front room. And the kitchen's literally a sink in the fucking corner. And there's a scullery at the back, and the rooms, the house is one room wide. There's stairs up the side of the house, and there's a bedroom up there, an attic. And it was haunted as well. And there was no toilet. There was up the alley to the toilets. And there was candles in the toilets, and there's no locks and doors. You had to sing or whistle in fucking jacks, so people would walk in on you. Yeah. And it was like a square, a kind of three-sided square of fucking tenements, and it was just mud and shit everywhere, apart from outside my granddad's house, which was fenced off and it had grass in and ferns. And he used to let us play in there my kids. But me and brother used to fight like cats and dogs. We did. And he was hungover. He'd drunk. Don't be bold. We can help you. Don't be bold. We can help you now. Bold means naughty in Irish slang. So he used to try. And you get, I'll get the strap out to you. You cut the throat razor with the strap. I'll get the strap out to you. Don't be bold. You know. So that was that malarkey going on. But yeah, it's so I've got his voice.
Yeah.
And it's something that's in me. It's. I wake up in the morning, I hear jigs and rolls in my head, you know, and it's to do with my country, you know, my family, my heritage, my culture, my tradition, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
the traditional Irish music sessions started in London. It didn't start in Ireland. It started in Devonshire Arms in Camden in the late 40s.
Oh, cool.
And Devonshire Arms is now a goth pub.
Yeah.
But it was when the Pogues were a big band, that was their office, as it goes, just by sheer coincidence. But what it was a bunch of fellas from Clare, the west coast of Ireland. A lot of Irishmen moved over here during the war to work in the factories and stuff, because a lot of, obviously, the British guys were out fighting the war. And people play music at home and stuff when they were in Ireland. And of course they were in digs over here.
Yeah.
You know, they couldn't play music at home. And the one day a week they had off was a Sunday. And they went in the pub in the Devonshire Arms one afternoon, one Sunday afternoon, and said, any chance of playing a few old tunes, you know? And the landlord goes, oh yeah, work away. And it caught on. And it caught on to another pub in Camden, and the Black Cap in Camden is a gay bar now.
Yeah.
That was an Irish pub, and had tunes in there. And the World's End, we used to be in another Red Cap. That was an Irish pub that had sessions in there. Dublin Castle is still Irish owned. It's a music venue. And that was, again, sessions. And Holloway, County Holloway we call it. Loads of pubs there as well, you know. And it's spread over London, and then all over the UK, and then back to Ireland, and then across the world. And the ubiquitous Irish traditional pub session started in London originally, so I'm very proud to be part of that tradition.
Oh, cool.
But it's so therefore being well known for what I do is a lot more to do with it's like playing for the Irish football team.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, when I played in the Popes with Shane, that was very much like that. Much more than being in Neck even, because that was a big band.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and you know, there's at that time the Irish football team was full of people like me, a Cockney accent, Irish passport. You know, my cousin was over from Dublin once when Ireland played England at Wembley. I didn't think we fucking beat him at the time, but I mean, I went to the hotel afterwards to meet him there with his mates, you know. And I knew all of them apart from one fella, and he had a real problem with me wearing, you know, a green shirt,
Yeah.
an Irish football shirt, and a Cockney accent. And they're going, "What you fucking spad? You pay fucking 60 quid to a team full of people like fucking him, fucking twat." So yeah, fucking Egypt, like, you know, gobshite. You know, it's nonsense, absolutely fucking nonsense, you know. But
Yeah.
you unfortunately, you will get kind of bigotry that does exist. A lot of people back home actually don't arrogant the fact that there's Irish people outside of Ireland.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. But no, it's like I was talking about being friends with Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys. It's amazing that these people are my friends. They live 3,500 and whatever, 8,000 miles, whatever it is. I know, you know, and they're my friends.
Yeah,
Because of the music, you know. It's quite incredible. It's not something that I kind of take lightly, and it's not something that I kind of get big-headed about, you know. It's because Irish music is bigger than me. It's like I think that a lot of people in rock bands are quite egotistical.
Yeah,
you know, aren't I great? You know, blah blah, and it ain't like that. It's you know, I'm part of a tradition where the baton gets passed on.
Yeah.
You know, and particularly with the thing with, there's a sense of that in Irish music. You know, with the Clancys in the 50s that popularised it in the States, and then the Dubliners popularised it.
Yeah.
After that in the 60s, you know, and then you had like Planksty and Moving Hearts, people like that, and you know, Horselips, Thin Lizzy, the Pogues, you know, and it's whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that I feel in that lineage in terms of the baton being passed on, particularly with the Pogues connection and Shane that played in this band, and I think that I do get a lot of people, you know, that are second generation Irish, particularly, you know, saying that, you know, you speak for us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, and we've got this T-shirt, Plastic and Proud T-shirt, which is like the Union Jack in Irish colours.
Yeah.
And it's got Plastic and Proud on the front. We got called Plastic Paddies because we weren't born at home. You know what I mean? In the USA, we get called Narrowbacks apparently. But the back of the T-shirt says it's a second generation identity crisis thing. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's our most popular selling T-shirt, even in places like fucking Holland. You know. But you know, it says it all really. It's like being second generation Irish, it can be quite an identity confusing issue. There was a survey done by the uni North London, Holloway, County Holloway, about the second generation Irish. It's called the Gen 2 project, and it is that weird thing where it's kind of like almost it's a choice kind of thing. It's like because we're white, we're an invisible minority. We're the biggest racial minority in London, probably in the UK. But it's quite strange how people kind of like see it. You know, the people who've got Irish parents that consider themselves to be completely British.
Yeah.
No Irish dimension to them at all. And we played a session once in East London, the East End, and we had one of the Plastic Proud T-shirts hanging up one week, and next week we went there. We didn't realise it was a skinhead pub. And next we went there, there's fucking boneheads everywhere, right? And give us a fucking moody eye. And I was with this fiddle player, who's Sean Casey, whose daddy Bobby Casey is a very, very famous fiddle player from Clare. And Sean's a bit of a hard man. He's been able to take people outside and give them a slap for wrong session etiquette. And what it was the first week we were there was a few lads and some girls. The second week we were there was me and Sean, and the rest are all girls basically, including my ex-girlfriend from Limerick. And I said to him, I could be wrong, but I think it's going to kick off here. Make it, you know, he goes, he's no idiot, so he very subtly, you know, sussed it out. He goes, no, you're right. So he waited to the biggest one, went to the Jacks and followed him out, and goes, right, what's the fucking problem?
Yeah.
You know. He goes, well, no, fuck it, yeah. Come on, me and you now. You want to fucking rock? Let's go for it. And the guy just went, because they're pack hunters, you know, they're like wolves, so they don't fight by themselves.
No.
So that kind of like put a kibosh on that, thankfully, until the very end. We're packing up anyway, and they come over then and start giving it a big one. Yeah. And this one fellow came out to me like, what do you think about Anglo-Saxon England? I was going, I haven't got a fucking clue. You know, it's nothing to me at all. You know, I'm a paddy kind of thing, you know. He goes, oh, you're a plastic fucking cockney. I goes, what the fuck? And he goes, well, yeah, all I know is that, you know, I love, I have nothing against England at all. I really haven't. You know, it's a great place. You know, I love living here. Blah blah blah. And and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Blah blah. But I love Ireland as well, though. Obviously, you know. Yeah. I mean, I love Dublin. You know, I love the West Coast. You know, and I said Maria was, she's from Donegal. That's a beautiful place. Oh, my mum's from Donegal. What? Mum's from Donegal. He goes, yeah. Where's your dad from? Glasgow. Whoa, dude! And you asked me about Anglo-Saxon England. Where does that come from? Man, it's like Tony Blair.
Yeah.
Exactly the same as Tony Blair. What the fuck happened there?
I don't know.
His man was from Ballyshannon in Donegal, right?
Yeah.
His dad's from Govan. What the fuck? What the fuck happened there? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Someone must have sucked Satan's cock somewhere there. Do you know what I mean? It's a deal with the fucking devil. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I bet it's his daddy, right? You know, he went to Crossroads at midnight, you know. It ain't big, man. You make my son Prime Minister, by the way. So, I'm like, only if I can make him a twat. Oh, whatever. And what was that? And he's an English twat. Oh, you're fucking hard, man. Oh, fuck it. Go on then. Fuck it. Yeah. Oh, it's bad. I just can't figure it out at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, going back to excuse the blarney. It's like you just
Yeah.
goes everywhere. You know what I mean? Honestly.
Yeah, that's cool.
But no, it's an amazing thing. It's not something I take lightly. It's amazing the fact that something that did start off purely as fucking black.
Yeah.
I mean, I can write Irish music. I can. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm not blagging the songs. They're from the heart.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing is the fact that, you know, I was saying to my son Connor, you know, he's like I say he's 16. I took him to see Flogging Molly the other week, and they were fucking lovely to him. They really were, and it was because they're my friends and they respect me.
Yeah.
And it's because of my music. I mean, you know, but even then, you know, it's like people can play decent music and still be twats, unfortunately. You know, but you know, and that's it's a sign of respect for what I do. The fact they are friends of mine, you know.
Yeah.
And the same with Ken Casey and the Murphys as well. You know, it's like, these people are lovely to us, you know, and lovely to me because of what I do.
Yeah.
And it's I feel very, very blessed and very fortunate. I really do. It's kind of like, it sounds a cliche, but it's actually true. It's like I'm very, very lucky. I can write Irish music.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very lucky indeed. You know, and I'm very. You know, I love playing around the world. I fucking love it. I miss the USA. I've been there so many times now.
Yeah.
I fucking miss it. I really do. Seriously. I thought of moving to New York at one point. I really did. I've been there so much. I've got an ex-girlfriend in New Jersey and stuff. You know, and like I've got so many friends there and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, you can't put a price. You know, in terms of, I'm not as big obviously as the Murphys and the Mollys. There's some things you can't put a price on. You know, our first tour was the USA.
Yeah.
It wasn't the UK.
Oh, fair enough.
Our first tour was the USA. You know, and because being an Irish band, that's where it is. You know.
Yeah.
What I mean? And we were mates with another Irish band at the time called Compulsion, a punk band, and that was the whole thing. You know, was USA as well. Blah, blah. You know, and we did that. You know. And the first time you were in New York. And you're there with a harp on your passport and you're playing Irish music, you can't put a price in that, you know, you really can't.
No.
You drive on the Brooklyn Queens Expressway and there's Manhattan, and it doesn't matter every time you see it in the movies,
yeah,
you still can't get your head around how fucking big it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, it's back on there. Talking about the Pogues and that, who else were big influences back?
Well, I think the reason why Neck sound like they do, one of the biggest reasons for that is I saw the Clash on the White Riot tour when I was a nipper.
Yeah.
And to this day, that's still the most incredible thing I've ever seen musically. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a gig because it wasn't a gig, it was more than that. It was a riot set to music. There was literally a riot between the police outside and the punks that couldn't get into the gig.
Oh.
It was Cup final day 1977, Man United won the Cup. I remember saying to Pete Shelley, because probably Buzzcocks from Manchester, I was supporting them. I remember saying, because my best mate from school, Tim, who was in this band Soho, and he'd be Hit Wonder. We got a lift there, his dad's like Robin, the three-wheeler. Punk rock. We were first in the queue to get in, everything right. We're right down the front, and we shouting at Pete Shelley, "Joe, you won the cup." He goes, "Oh no, I don't know, I don't know." He's a feet Mancunian way. Peter McNeish, but like, yeah. So, but yeah, it was incredible. It really was. It was. I've been to see bands before. I mean, I've been to see. The first one I went to see was Dr. Feelgood. I've seen Status Quo, Black Sabbath, Thin Lizzy, Bad Company, all sorts of people. And I had mates at school with headbangers, and they were doing this headbanging thing, and I was like, what the fuck is that? It's bollocks, it's fuck off. And then punk come along, and it was like, it made sense to me. The mad thing is, you had to get your head around it first, because it's obviously sounded very different to anything else that had gone before that. Because it was like year zero, tear up the fucking rule book, it really was. You know, you had to really kind of like rethink the whole thing. But once you got it, you got it. And it was, you know, it was my generation. It was our thing, you know. And they blew everyone away to tiny little pieces. They really did. I mean, they really fucking meant it. They really did. They were incredible. I've never felt such a blast of whatever the fuck it was come off the fucking stage. You know, anger, aggression, energy, whatever. It was uplifting as well. And it was like, I mean, again, the crowd. I know I've been to a lot of gigs at the time as well, and but I don't never been a gig with so much fucking going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was right. We were literally hang on to the fucking front of the stage for fucking dear life. We saw it at Stormwood City Hall. Unfortunately, at Stormwood City Hall, the stage comes out and it goes under. It doesn't go straight down like most stages do. So if you lose grip, that's you under the fucking stage kind of thing, you know. And so hold on fucking dear life. And there's just a constant barrage of fucking, you know, blows in your back and fists and legs and kicks and whatever. Yeah. And there was a guy, this guy tried to grab me mate by his fucking bollocks. He's and there's this girl next to me. This bloke tried to grab her, so I was hitting him to get him off her kind of thing. It was a fucking riot in the fucking hall going on as well. And someone's given out to Joe Strummer because they were getting to become at that time, you know, a sizable band, you know. Yeah. And he had like instead of the usual stencil shirts they used to have, he had like a shirt that had been made for him. And so, you know, it's a fucking shirt cost Strummer, and it's sort of giving out to him, you know. And then someone gobbed in his hair, right, and he went in the crowd after them. Yeah, went after them in the fucking crowd, and it's fucking like, you know, bands don't do that. You know, he did. And at that point, he did a forward roll with the guitar on, and he wasn't playing, he just fucking did it. Yeah. And he pulled it off. It's fucking incredible. It was just like, I've never seen anything like it before. Or since, to be honest with you. And it doesn't matter how people. Unfortunately, I didn't see the Pistols.
Yeah, because they had a massive name in punk, didn't they?
Well, we did the last two albums with Pat Collier.
Yeah.
Who was actually in the Vibrators at the time, back in the day, in punk, you know. And he's got all his punk war stories, which is fucking amazing. I love all that shit. You know, and he obviously played with the Sex Pistols quite a lot. The Vibrators, and he said, you know, that they actually weren't that good. What you hear on the record is what it sounded like live. Yeah. You know, Steve Jones was that good a guitar player. They were fucking brilliant. He actually thought the Clash was shit originally. Really? Yeah, this tinny fucking horrible pop band. That's what he calls them. Whereas, you know, the Pistols were the real deal. You know. Yeah. And like, I mean, Johnny Rotten was actually there when I saw the Clash. And when they had the White Riot backdrop. Oh yeah. Behind the stage, and went up at the end of the night. There's Lydon sitting there behind it, watching the gig. Of course, you know, famously, the Pistol song "Satellite" is about St Albans. Oh. My song's about a girl from St Albans. They played because one of the Pistols' first gigs was in St Albans Art College. Yeah. So they had a link with St Albans anyway. It's like, you know, 20 minutes out of London on the bedpan line. Oh, cool. So it's not really, you know, it's not very far from London at all. No. But like, I think the next gig after that was influential was the Pogues. Again, back in the day, with the height of their powers. Yeah. It was a Christmas gig in the Electric Ballroom in 1986, and that was just fucking ridiculous. That was. The crowd was going nuts to fucking music between the fucking bands. Let alone the fucking bands. You know what I mean? And when the Pogues came on, I was a young lad at the time, right? I lasted 3 songs down the front. I had to stand at the back of the hall in the fucking wall, like, oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus fucking Mary and Joseph, you know, get my fucking breath back. And I was a youngster at the time as well, you know. And I was used to down the fucking front, it was that fucking hectic. Yeah. And the mad thing was that there's this Irish guy who works in the railway yards. He was you know, shutting trains and stuff, right? Yeah. In the middle of the fucking mosh pit, where it wasn't called a mosh pit at that time, we met the fucking crowd going nuts. He's there, fucking doing all this fucking bollocks, like shutting the fucking trains backwards and forwards. What the fuck? Yeah, fuck off. Fucking hysterical. And they were just, they were fucking amazing, the Pogues. They're just like
Yeah.
chaos on wheels. They really were. They were brilliant. The secret with them was they had a back line that were tight as fuck. But the front line was just all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And it worked because the two things balanced out. And a lot of things the American bands don't get is that chaos.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they didn't see them. You know, it's like you know, Flogging Molly, Dropkick Murphys, they're my mates and everything, and they're very professional. You know, a lot. You know, there's one agency in Europe, and our agent there was saying the difference between the American bands and the UK and Irish bands is that the American bands look at it much more like a business than the UK and Irish bands do. It's like a, I don't know, it's a band rather than a business. You know what I mean? So like the American bands, like, you know, the Murphys generally, there's always a shot of Scruffy with his pipes, you know, or before him Spicy McHaggis, who apparently, according to use American parlance, apparently was a piece of work. Which means just a cunt, basically. That's why I got the boot. Well, the poor lad, he was 16 or something, and all of a sudden he's like off around the world, you know. So.
Yeah.
But the mad thing is, they still play the Spicy McHaggis jig, even though they sacked him. There you go. Don't put any listen interview, by the way. About Spicy McHaggis, don't. But yeah, so I mean, you know, there's the and you know, there's so they're a lot more professional and slick about it, and you know, rightly or wrongly, with Neck, we have got that chaos thing going on. It's and it also it's not contrived either. Just the nature of the sort of band we are means that, you know, I was talking before about, you know, you have bands that everyone stands together and they, you know, in the middle of the stage, and then they work really well together, blah blah blah. And I was talking about you know, the Kings of Nothing from Boston, this, you know, sort of swing punk whatever band they are. And we played them down the Underworld, and you know, there's 10 of them on stage and no one collides. It's poetry in motion. It's fucking amazing. Neck, right? The biggest fucking stage in the world. Two was a fucking Triposia, that sort of thing, you know. And guitar's pulled out, whatever. And once I was, you know, I thought, oh, let's swing the guitar on a big fucking fuck off drum riser, right? Maybe Les Paul, right? Let's swing it around until what noise it fucking makes. It's fucking great. And the bass player goes, oh, look here, that's great. Comes wobbling up, right? No, don't do it. And he goes, yeah. It's fucking Sparko, you know. It's like, but of course, because that happens, the guitar goes everywhere. There's fucking cymbals fucking going everywhere, microphone stands everywhere, and your man's on the fucking floor, claret coming out his fucking nose. So it's like, it's a big fuck off stage. You didn't have to do that, but you know, that's the way it goes. And you know, there's always something going on, something going wrong. It's like, you know, one of the first gigs our whistle player did in Holland, you know, she was sheets of music, big music stand, you know, to get all, so she's really nervous. So she went, all the notes on music stand to get it right, you know. Hey, do tree. My bass player goes, yeah. Music stand, wee, it's gone. You know, so it's like, right, you know, so it's that's just the nature of the thing. It's you can't help it, you know. It's not controlled at all, which is the way it is, you know. But that chaos was very much part of what the Pogues did. You know, even before Shane became, you know, incapable. Yeah. Even when he was at heart of his powers, he was still chaos. And that was part of their appeal, you know. And I think that I see that. I could be, you know, I'm saying the wrong thing here, but I see that as part of the Irish part of it in a way. You know what I mean? The fact it is that random fucking chaos thing, but it works. You know, fucking inspired fucking madness. You know? And of course the Yank bands that don't, they don't see them, they can't get that, and they don't get it. But that's really part of it. Yeah. You know. And we started off playing the Irish bar circuit originally, and it was like that. You know, it was just, you know, it was drunk, including the band. You know what I mean? So it is. Yeah, you can write a book about it. You could, you know. Yeah. But no, I mean, so they're the obvious reference points. I mean, I've done about half an hour of them already. But you know, I play traditional Irish music. I'm playing traditional Irish sessions. Yeah. So that's a huge influence. I mean, and it's nothing to do with with those bands at all. I mean, not even the Pogues. I mean, yeah, there are some traditional tunes which are, to me, are punk rock.
Yeah.
There's a jig called Morrison's Jig, which is an amazing jig, you know. And some of these tunes have in traditional Irish music, there's jigs and reels. They have a life of their own. They have a spirit in them. They have a rhythm. There's like the Star of Munster, Morrison's Jig, the Congress reel. There's a whole load of tunes which are fucking amazing, and they just ran out of the house as well. I mean, they've got, you know, mad names, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but it's whatever. And the most amazing thing is that, you know, a lot of these tunes are really old.
Yeah.
And some of them are 200 years old. Some of them, and a lot of them were written by farmers. That's the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
You know, you know, or whatever. You know, it just these incredible tunes that someone came up with in Ireland, and it just the most amazing things. They really are, and that is a deep inspiration. The canon of Irish folk songs as well. That's a massive influence too. Obviously, I mean, you know, when I was playing the Popes in Ireland with Shane, we were in his mum's cottage in Tipperary in Carney Commons for 2 weeks, and we had his record collection to listen to.
Yeah.
There's no TV. Oh, actually, no, sorry, there was one. I can't remember if it worked or not. But I mean, in fact, I got into Rabsy Nesbitt through Shane McGowan years ago.
Oh, cool.
He had a video of Rabsy Nesbitt.
Yeah.
So there must have been TV there somewhere. But like, I don't remember them being there anyway. But I mean, we're too busy drinking. I think we're 10 bit of Puccini in the press. There's a track on Sodom Begorrah called Blue Skies Over Nina. That's all about being the Popes in Ireland.
Yeah.
Tipperary. But like, so anyway, like, cheers, John.
That's it.
But yeah, like, and we listen to all sorts of stuff, and you know, and again, being the Pope was like being the Irish Spinal Tap, basically. It really was. It was fucking mad. His girlfriend sat the manager and everything, and you know, rather than get a Pogue songbook, that'd be far too easy. Right? He'd forgotten all his songs. Right? I had to sit down with a guitar and his notepad and work out the chords and lyrics to all the Pogue songs. I kid you not. Seriously.
Yeah.
We did that, but also the upside of that was we did a cover version of a Joe Rafferty song.
Yeah.
Called "A Father Didn't Like Me Anyway," which is a big hit in Ireland for Finn by Eddie Fury. So we did a cover of their cover of that, which meant I had to play their album, and I got into them big time through that, and other things as well. And you know, there's songs that Neck have covered which come from that Finn by Eddie Fury album.
Yeah.
And also, again, with the way we play things like the Psycho Kelly Mayhem set, the speed we play that at is inspired by Finbar Fury, who's a piper as well, Elan Piper. And someone once said to Finbar, "Oh, Jesus, Finbar, why do you play so fucking fast?" So I fucking can.
Yeah.
You know, it's that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And again, with London, the session in London, the traditional Irish session in London, is renowned for being very fast and very London, whatever that fucking means. You know, my friends that I formed Neck with originally, Pete and Helen, they're now married, they've got 2 kids, live out in Cheshire, and they were saying that they run a session out there now, and people out there won't come to it because it's too fast and it's too London. I mean, as a session started in London, I don't know what the fuck that fucking means. You know what I mean?
No,
but there you go. But like, but yeah, and so there's, you know, all that side of the traditional Irish music is a massive influence. I mean, I write tunes.
Yeah.
You know, I write jigs and reels. I mean, I've got a whole fucking rake of them we haven't even touched yet. We've done a few tunes of mine, you know.
Yeah.
But not. I've written even more. You know, the whole fucking rake. I could do an album worth of tunes, of jigs and reels that I've written.
Yeah.
Because I play it. I play banjo as well as guitar and everything. You know, I'm playing banjo on, you know, the first 2 albums and some tracks in the 3rd one as well. But like, yeah, and Neck has always come half from the traditional Irish session circuit and half from the punk circuit.
Yeah.
Always has done. And you know, part of the reason why I respect it so much by the Murphys and the Mollies is because of that, because of our transaction and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, apart from that, I mean, you know, being a London Irish band sets us apart from other bands musically as well. You know, it's. I was very lucky to have grown up in the UK because the music scene over here is incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and to have all those influences as a result of that. I mean, I think these two islands are the best place to live probably in the world because musically we get everything.
Yeah.
We get some stuff from Europe. There's not a lot worth getting, but what's worth getting we get. We get each other's stuff, the Irish stuff and the British stuff. Being of Irish background, obviously I get more Irish stuff than most British people do. But we get all the good US stuff as well.
Yeah.
Whereas in the States they don't. You know, one of the depressing things about being over there is you watch MTV or FH1 and you can count on one hand the number of British Irish bands that are on there. You know, it's depressing, it really is. Whereas we get everything over here. And I think because of that, we're really in the right place to be because you get everything. And that's, everything is an influence on what I do, you know. Like, when the Clash played, they had Don Lex DJing, playing dub reggae. And I fucking love it. And, you know, and I've never heard it before. It was, what the fuck's this? It's amazing. So to me, you can't have, you know, white punk music with that black dub reggae. And the Clash stood for anything. They stood for that bringing together of reggae and punk, you know, and that's
into one.
And therefore that inclusiveness, you know, that you know, racial tolerance, you know, and London is a big thing for that, and that's why we released, you know, A Bridge Welcome to the Hooli, because where we're from, you know. So being from London is an influence, you know, in itself, not just musically, but actually the attitude, you know, the state, you know, the way you think about things. First time I was in New York with my girlfriend at the time, I was drinking at Paddy Riley's in the East Village, and the East Side rather, Lower East Side, and we played that sense and everything, you know. And I was talking to a guy who's a friend of mine now. He's a drummer in Black 47. And I took the guitar on my back and I had a bag full of CDs and I was singing all the Irish bars in New York and Philadelphia, you know. And on the back of that, they could have toured the USA 8 times, you know. But I was chatting to you, man, anyway, and he's saying to me, hey, what's the race problem like where you live? And I was going, what? Sorry, what do you mean? He goes, what's the race problem like? You know, and I goes, sorry, I don't understand what you mean. The race problem, you know. And I live in County Holloway, and it's like, there's all sorts here, you know. We call it County Holloway. The Asians call it Bullyway. It's actually a graffiti, welcome to Bullyway, you know what I mean? But there's all sorts here, you know. There's West Indians, Africans, Chinese, whatever, you know, and we're all mixed up. And it's not utopia. We all kind of get on. Yeah, it works. My ex-flatmate, you know, she's a Welsh speaker from North Wales. She's engaged to, you know, a black guy that was born and brought up around here, you know. And he's a really cool dude. And, you know, and he was saying to me, this is like a no-fire zone around here. Yeah. You know, and it's a great place to live. And I was saying to him, I don't understand what you mean, because where I live, there isn't a race problem. At least I'm not aware of one anyway. Yeah. You know, and that's a pretty damn good thing, you know. And the fact there is, you know, there are more mixed race couples and that I see around London than probably anywhere else. You know, and you know, the Irish community, everywhere you go, people do integrate and they mix and you know, you'll always meet an Irishman wherever you go, but then also you always meet half Irish people wherever you go as well. Yeah. You know, we're out in Germany recently, our van broke down, and just by sheer coincidence, the stage manager of this girl who's half German and half Irish. Oh, man. Yeah. And you know, she spent the whole next day helping us out, getting the van sorted out. You know, fair enough, yeah. And then I helped her out because a man got the fucking help with her because that room was a tip apparently, and she went to sort of room out that day, and she spent all day helping us out, getting the van sorted out, and so Mum was about to throw her clothes out, so I went round and talked to her mum, you know, give the old blarney, you know, because her mum's Irish, And I get the blow-on, he bought some flowers. Like, jeez, God love you. Oh, she's a darling girl now, darling girl. Like, no, oh, fucking lovely. Camilla Falcherot. God, Emilia Margaret. Gaelic as well, So,
yeah.
But yeah, so it's all grand, But like, so yeah, there's other influences too, and there's the humour is an influence as well. It's like Bunny's from Dublin, and Dubliners have a very distinct sense of humour.